directives that make up the law cover any possible description of a well-adjusted teaming, and if a whole nation ever reached halfway for these goals, it would be approaching utopia. The concept of honor and the description of courage are vital ideas, almost lost by the wayside in this age of expediency and behavior analysis. Here is a mixture of common sense and high ideals for every citizen, not just every scout. God bless scouting.
Good evening, and thank you for coming to Troop 16's Court of Honor. We gather today to recognize the achievements of our scouts since the last Court of Honor in March. I congratulate the troop for their efforts and the accomplishments, and thank you to parents and other leaders for your support throughout the year. A few general announcements. We have a final call for Bechtel Summit High Adventure Camp next year. That is for Scouts 13 and older. That will be 13 next year. Okay, so that's basically anybody from Phoenix and older can do that, but we need a final call on that. We have coffee orders as one of our good fundraisers. It's really easy to do. Becky McCormick sent out an email, but there are paper forms back there if you want a paper form. Maybe hand that out at work. And Mrs. Strom.
Thank you. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. Visual aid here. You have to excuse the covering. This was from a parent meeting, probably when the troop was founded or shortly thereafter. Just wanted to bring this tonight in recognition of some volunteering that the troop has done over the years. Has anyone heard of the Widener Troop? Okay, there's my volunteers there. The Widener Troop, 50 years ago, had a teacher that decided that these severely handicapped, mentally challenged scouts were going to form a troop, and they were going to have summer camp. And for 50 years, that is exactly what they have done. Now, since Camp Hart is no longer a Boy Scout camp per se, it's a Cub Scout camp, we kind of have to make our own program when they're there because Cub Scouts don't do 22s and things like that. So a group of volunteers, and Troop 16 has been a big part of this since they were founded, since 2011, I think was the first summer you guys came and helped. Some of those scouts have moved on, and that's the first picture here. And this is the most recent picture here. Basically, we set up activities. We do rifle a couple of days a week with the boys. We do archery. Thanks to our lifeguards, we were able to open up the lake, and they were able to do some pedal boats and even go out on rowboats. So we do this programming in order that they can have a summer camp that is a special memory for them. So as they were celebrating their 50 years at Camp Hart, and unfortunately one of the young teachers that used to come with them just recently passed away, they made up these t-shirts. We couldn't get t-shirts for all the volunteers, so we kind of made it into a memory that you guys could have on the wall here and maybe inspire to keep on doing that. So, Ryan, I'm going to present it to you as the SPL. All right, so we'll put it on the wall there. It has a little bit of history. Shortly after Troop 16 was formed, the troop began volunteering with the Widener Troop 191 annual summer camp at Camp Hart. Troop 16 scouts, leaders, and parents have assisted at the rifle and archery ranges, provided lifeguards, lookouts, paddlers, rowers for boating at the lake, and going beyond program, parents have solicited food donations and helped prepare meals, arranged and scheduled carpools to get the volunteers to and from camp. And they would like to say thank you very much. So, thank you.
got a candle.
Don't light it on fire.
This candle represents the spirit of scouting. The spirit is always bright in your leaders, your fellow Boy Scouts, and your parents, and yourself. Let it light the way tonight. Have you noticed the strong bond between our flag and the Scouts' oath? Let me show you. One of the colors in our flag is white. It is a symbol of purity, of perfection. It is like the first point of our Scout oath, our duty to God. The color red in our flag denotes sacrifice and courage, the qualities of the founders of our country. Red is the symbol of the second part of the Scout Oath, too. Our duty to other people requires courage to help anyone in trouble and the self-sacrifice of putting others first. Blue is the color of faith. It represents the faith of our founding fathers and reminds us of the third part of the Scout Oath. Our duty to ourselves requires us to be true blue, to be strong in character and principle, to live a life of faith in the importance of being good. We are going to light these candles representing the 12 points of the Scout Law. Let these ever be your guide in life. Take this, the spirit of scouting, and light our way. You guys can make the line.
The scout is trustworthy. Scout is loyal. The scout is helpful. The scout is friendly.
A scout is courteous.
Scout is kind.
This guy's obedient.
The scout is cheerful.
The scout is thrifty.
The scout is brave. The scout is clean.
Scout is reverent.
Ryan? The first step on the journey to Eagle begins with the rank of Scout. Will Alex Sprouse, Ben Martin, Lincoln Widener, Cameron Lorenz, Hudson Poe, Carter Wright, and their parents. Please come forward.
Move up to this line. Move up to that line. Spread out a little bit.
You have joined Boy Scouts and have learned the basics of scouting: the Scout Oath, Scout Law, Scout Motto, Scout Sign, Salute, and Handshake. As you continue in scouting, you'll be striving for higher goals and achievements. Good luck on your trail in scouting. Congratulations. Congratulations. Yeah, no parent tonight? Dad's over next door. Congratulations. There you go. He's there. Come on. Congratulations. That's Congratulations. Okay, boys, you can be seated. After achieving the rank of Scout, the new Scouts of Troop 16 continued on their journey toward Eagle. They have now completed the rank of Tenderfoot. I now call Alex Sprouse and his parents to please come forward. Trust him with that?
Yes.
You have just pledged yourself to the Scout Oath. Since you first joined this troop, you have said these words many times. You have learned your various skills, which will serve as a basis as you travel on your trail to Eagle. This is your first step. We wish you well in the rest of your journey. Congratulations. Good job.
Since the last Court of Honor, Christian Barnt has completed the requirement for the rank of second class. I now call Christian and his parents to come forward. Once before, you stood before this court and became Tenderfoot Scout. You have pursued Scout activities and knowledge and have distinguished yourself by qualifying for the second class rank.
The first class rank represents a significant step in scouting. It represents the complete scout who has mastered the outdoor skills. I now ask first class scout Riley Bachman and his parents to come forward. As a first class scout, you have earned the opportunity and right to demonstrate and abide by the code to which a true and mature scout is forever bound by his Scout Oath law. In qualifying for first class rank, you have advanced from scout hiker to a scout knowledgeable in those skills necessary to fully function as a scout, a patrol member, and a troop leader.
Since the last Court of Honor, Austin McNichols and Ryan Winters have advanced to Star Scout. Austin and Ryan, please come forward with your parents. In receiving your star rank tonight, you are taking a long step toward Eagle. You have advanced in a way that obligates you to give younger scouts the service and experiences you have received. Tonight, you are leaving that group which received scouting. You are now admitted to a smaller group whose privilege and duty it is to give back to scouting, to give leadership, guidance, and inspiration to younger scouts who will follow your lead. Your willingness to do so will be a pledge of service and a sign that your understanding of the ideals of scouting is growing. May the Star Scout badge be a constant reminder of the star of service that will shine as a guide to lead you on the trail to manhood.
When a scout earns his first merit badge, the troop presents him with a sash to place the badge on it. The troop also gives each scout a blue binder to hold their completed blue cards in. These cards are the official record of the completion of the badge and must be kept safely. When a scout makes Eagle, he will be asked to show these cards. Please keep these in a safe place. Will the following scouts come forward to receive their binder and sash? Ben Martin, Hudson Poe, Alex Sprouse, Lincoln Widener, Cameron Lorenz, and Carter Wright. Binders pending, folks. Just. There you go. Congratulations.
Smile, gentlemen, smile for the parents. There you go. And you're good. Would all the scouts and scouters attending summer camp please come forward at this time? Alex Sprouse, Cameron Lorenz, Lincoln Widener, Carter Wright, Ben Martin, Hudson Poe, Austin McNichols, Christian Barn, Christian Bickle, Justin Gunderson, Liam Grant, Logan McCormick, Rodney Bachman, Ryan Winter, Sumner Hosterman, Thomas Updike, Tom McNichols, myself, and
I.
Jimmy Winters. Squeeze around over here. Okay. There we go. So we had a great summer camp this past year. Look at all these fine gentlemen. Now, picture them dirty. Give a little smell test. And that's what we endured for a week with these gentlemen. So it was a good growing year. We had the older scouts really took it upon themselves to work with the younger scouts, making sure that they were getting up at 6:30 in the morning for the polar bear plunge. And look at Ryan Winters, he's like, yeah, that was fun. Sometimes that was the chlorine shower for the day. They, all the crash course, all the first year scouts earned the polar bear plunge. That means at least 3 days that week. They got up and they went into the pool early in the morning. It was very cold walking down toward the pool. There's a nice mist on top of it. It was actually warmer in the water than it was in the air. And while back at camp, they were busy learning how to properly cut wood using a saw and hand axe safely, using the 3/4 axe safely. So they were limbing the trees, making little burr sticks, redoing their pocket knife safety, being able to fend for themselves and start fires in the wilderness using Scout skills and the Scout tools. And other activities that they've done outside of summer camp were covery and cyber chip. So we have a few of those awards coming up in just a moment. Are we handing out all the summer camp awards?
Hold there. Hold there. Stand there. Hold there. And stand there. Hold there. And stand there.
I'm going to do this. If you are not a first-year Scout, please have a seat. First-year Scouts, stay on up. So if any of these Scouts decide that, you know, Christmas is coming up and they want a hand axe, a 3/4 axe, or a saw, I would have them review some of those skills with you guys also. But it is going to be probably a cold winter, so if you need them to make some firewood, that's also a good use of their time on Saturday mornings or Sunday afternoons instead of doing this. They'll work out their whole body instead of just their thumbs.
Alex Sprouse.